Hello, 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 everybody. I am waiting. I did not let you guys know that I was going live today. I am actually going to be cooking live today. I've done most of the prepping already. A little nervous. Haven't done a video for a while. Just going to wait for some of you guys to get in here. See who's going to come. Today I will be making chicken marsala with asparagus, peppers, and rice. And I'm going to be having me a glass of wine with that as well as I cook. Hey cousin, how you doing? Are you going to join me? Grab a glass of wine, a beer, enjoy this fine Sunday as your cousin throws it down, Mr. GQ, Chef GQ. Who else is here? Hey Aunt Sandra, how you doing? How are you? I see you guys here, you ladies. So as I said, I'm going to be cooking chicken marsala with rice, asparagus, and peppers. The asparagus and peppers are going to be roasted. I've kind of prepped everything in the back. I don't know if you guys can see. Hey, what's up, Cuzzo? As you can see, it's clean, it's nice. I got my rack of seasonings. I actually have seasoning up here too. And over here, because I like cook a whole lot. So what I'm going to do first is I'm actually going to go ahead and prepare the sauce. I've actually mixed a lot of it all together already. As you can see, it is in this bowl right here. I'm actually going to be tasting and testing it to get it to the place that I want it to be. So with no further ado, let's get started. I like to speed things up. So what I'm going to do before I actually throw in the sauce, I'm actually going to, well, I've already done it. I've chopped up some garlic. I've also chopped up some onions that I will be putting in there as well. The reason I'm putting that in is to give it a lot of flavor, make it taste yum, yum, yummy. And here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do, actually, before I start throwing anything in there, I'm going to go ahead and put the butter in. And then I'm going to go ahead and saute some of the stuff. And I'm going to have me a glass of wine because I'm extra hype right now. That is good. That is Cabernet Sauvignon. If you haven't had any wine, get some. Hey, Sandra, love you. Hello, Brandy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I am all over the place. I tried to be prepared as I can, but I'm nervous, so I'm jittery. So what we are going to do, I already have the stove on the front burner, and I am going to go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of butter for flavor. Because without flavor, you might as well not eat. Eating is an experience, so enjoy it. But funny enough, you guys are gonna laugh, even though I'm a guy. My nickname is Grandma Agnes when I'm in the kitchen, because people say I cook like people's grandmother, which I take as a compliment. Hello, Lazar, Kimberly. Hey, Kim Kirshen, how you doing, sis? How the kids? How the girls? And my little nephew, I miss you guys a lot. So as you can see, got some butter in there, two tablespoons. It was a Mary Poppins spoonful of sugar. Makes medicine go down. 2 tablespoons of butter makes food taste good. So we're gonna let that kind of simmer there, get ready, throw everything in, and it's gonna be great. So I had a good idea here today that I was actually just gonna dress up. I'm like, you know what? What is my gimmick to cook outside of my goofy personality, my fashion, my style? You gotta have it. So how are you guys doing? Anybody cooking today? Anyone cooking? Anybody doing anything special? Tomorrow's Monday, which is also my Friday, actually, because we switched shifts at GoDaddy, which I am so happy about, because I just actually got through having today off. I worked yesterday, but I had Thursday and Friday off were my normal days. I'm off today, and then I work tomorrow, and then my new shift starts tomorrow, so I will be off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturdays. I am not too happy about working Sundays again. Sucks, but what can you do? I'm going to turn this up a little bit because this butter is definitely melting a lot slower than what I want it to melt. Please share my feed, my live, everyone. if you don't know why I'm wasting time here to wait for the butter to melt so we can begin, I started my blog. It is called The Real Optimist. A lot of guys you may not know, I went through a lot at the end of last year. It put a lot of things in perspective for me, and life is too short. A lot of you know that my mom just passed. So it's like, live today and tomorrow as if it's your last, because you never know when it's coming. So don't have any regrets. If there's something you want to do, just do it. Don't make excuses for it. Just jump in, head first, feet first, dive in, get it done. So this is definitely starting to melt. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to start throwing in some of the seasonings and vegetables. So first I'm going to go ahead and saute this garlic, which I have kind of minced up here. I'm also going to go ahead and throw in some of the onions. And what I'm doing here first is actually for the Marasala sauce. I've already seasoned the chicken and everything lightly. So what I'm going to do with the chicken once I get to it, I'm actually going to go ahead and pan sear it. And then after the pan searing and the Marasala sauce is ready, I'm actually going to go ahead and put it in the oven to bake it so we get a nice tender piece of chicken. I do not like dried out chicken. I hate it. It's like when somebody makes turkey. I don't think everybody knows how to make turkey because they don't do it properly. Turkey should actually be tender throughout, not just parts of it. I was like, oh, I want dark meat or white meat. White meat's dry. No, white meat is dry when you do not know how to cook it properly. It is all about marinating, seasoning, and cooking it with the right temperature, for the right amount of time, with the right amount of moisture. So that is what that's about. So while that's sauteing, we have to season it. So I'm gonna put some pepper, a little bit of pepper there, pinch or two, some salt. Gotta have some salt. I'm trying to actually back off salt that much, you guys, because sodium is really not all that good for you. Lots of foods already have a certain level of sodium in it, so it's really good. This is actually smelling great right now. Just want to go ahead and grab my little stirring spoon here. This is smelling really, really, really good. So I'm going to let that saute there for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then I will go ahead and throw in the Marasala mix. And I'm actually going to just go ahead, taste test here and there to see how everything is going. Hey Nakai, how are you doing? Is John watching with you, or is he at work? So I appreciate you guys watching here with me. I think I should have like a TV show or something. I don't know. I have a lot of energy, and I just need it to be scripted or have a screen there so I can read everything and like try to look at it at the corner of my eye without actually looking like, okay, what is he doing? Yeah, he's reading a script. If you watch reality TV, that's really all they're doing. It's not real stuff. I hope you guys know that. Trash junk TV is what it is. All right, so that is starting to simmer. I'm going to turn the heat down just a tad. We do not want any burnt vegetables. Burnt food smells gross. So we are sauteing that. Actually, the next thing I'm going to do after I get the sauce in is I'm going to throw some fresh mushrooms in, okay? I did not want to buy the whole ones. They're a little bit more expensive when they're already chopped for you, but I'm like, I don't want to spend 2 or 3 hours prepping my food. So I took some shortcuts. The majority of the stuff, as you guys saw, I did go ahead and prep. Like I have the brown sugar here, which is also going into the sauce. A little bit of paprika for extra spice outside of the black pepper that goes in there. This is actually smelling really, really good. I'm going to go ahead and throw in the mushrooms so we can get those sauteed. Mix those in with the garlic and mushrooms, or the garlic and onions. So once these start to get a little softer, I don't want them too soft, because if they get too soft, of course, they're going to go ahead and they'll break apart. Who wants a mushy mushroom? Mushy mushroom. Mushy mushrooms. No bueno. So I'm sorry, you guys, I'm cooking kind of late. This was not my first idea here today to go ahead and do a live video of me cooking. You guys always are supportive and liking my posts when I cook stuff. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and show everybody that I actually do cook this myself. And it is not something I ordered from Grubhub or Postmates or anything like that. I am, however, while we're waiting for that, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting up the asparagus. The asparagus I'm actually going to be preparing in the oven. I'm going to roast it with julienne peppers, onions, julienne onions, red peppers, and green bell peppers. That's what I'm going to be doing with the asparagus. I just wanted to try something different. I'm also going to sprinkle some seasonings on there as well as garlic for extra flavor. And actually, I'm going to throw some Marasala, some coconut milk in there as well. I just got the coconut milk the other day and I don't know where I put it. It disappeared on me somewhere. I need to find it. Where did you go? If I can't find it, I will just have to substitute with regular milk, which I do not want to do because coconut milk actually has flavor in it that regular milk does not. Ta-da! I found it! Coconut milk. Go ahead and stir this up. The mushrooms are getting nice and tender. Smells so good, you guys. So, not to be selfish, I think I'm gonna go ahead and give the vegetables a little wine too. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and put some wine in here as well. And we are going to go ahead and throw in the Marasala mixture that I already prepared. I'm going to let that simmer. I actually like thicker Marasala sauce. The way you can get it thicker, a couple different ways. Hey, Lashura, love you. The way you can get it thicker, of course, is adding flour, or you can put in brown sugar, which I'm doing as well. I'm actually going to put in some soy sauce and teriyaki sauce. So it's my twist on the Marasala sauce, because I like things sometimes kind of sweet, you know, not too sweet where it's like going to give you diabetes or something. And I don't really ever measure anything. I just eyeball things, and it just typically comes out pretty well. So. Now, if it's something that I've never made before, I will kind of follow the guide a little bit more so. I find that recipes are more for baking. When you bake something, it is scientific, it is also mathematical, so you of course have to go ahead and follow those recipes exactly. Whereas cooking, you can put your own twist on it. There are some different things and measurements and different recipes that you do want to follow exactly or as close to what you have on the recipe card there. So while that is going on, I'm going to go ahead and throw in some of this brown sugar. It's also going to help the sauce thicken up as well as sweeten it a little bit. I'm not going to put all of it in because I'm going to, as I said earlier, I'm going to test everything I'm doing until I get it to the perfect place that I want it to be. Hey Mama Bonnie, how are you doing? How are the ducks and the raccoons and all the little critters that are in your backyard? And how's the cat? How's the cat doing? And the major thing too, you guys, when you're cooking, clean as you go, clean as you go. Nobody wants a kitchen full of dirty dishes at the end, because after you eat, you're gonna get fat and lazy and you're not gonna wanna move. So you clean as you go. All you have to do when you're done is clean the stuff you cooked in, put it up, put it in some Tupperware, throw it in the refrigerator, nice and neat, done. And it's just great for leftovers. So you're not filling your refrigerator with these big pots and pans. I do not like it. I do it when I get lazy. I try not to do that anymore just because I don't like having a million dishes to clean up. Hugs and love to you as well, Mama Bonnie. I will be seeing you soon. Hopefully, I do plan on coming back to Florida in the near future. I'm not going to say permanently because I don't stay anywhere permanently, but indefinitely. It was supposed to be sooner than that because of things that were going on, but it's kind of postponed. I'm just going to take my time, and I probably will be back on the East Coast in about a month or two. Yes. And then we got to go somewhere nice. Or actually, Mama Bonnie, I've been thinking about your three bean salad with the pickles and everything in it. I miss those salads. They're so good. Every time I see three beans in the supermarket, I think of you because I want that so bad. You have no idea. I really do. So I'm going to go ahead and throw in some coconut milk in here. I'm trying to stay in frame as much as I can, you guys. As I do this more often, I'll get accustomed to what is working, what is not working, and adjust things as we go. And if my blog does well, maybe I can get some professional cameras or something and have a couple different angles going on, so I'm always in frame. This is really difficult trying to do all the things and talk and not have a whole lot of dead air there. Hey Angie, love you. That's my cousin slash aunt. You guys, I call her my aunt because she's a lot older than me. And she has a daughter around, actually a little bit older than me as well. So she's my aunt cousin. Yeah. Yes, I am, cuzzo. I am moving to Florida. I'm going to Jacksonville for a little short stint or a stint. I have some ideas and some plans I want to get off the ground. I finally want to start my restaurant, which everybody has been like, Curtis, you need to become a chef or you need to do something of the like. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to come, I'm going to work for a while. I think I want to go into finance. Something I've been wanting to do for a while, get my Series 7 and Series 66 so I can do stocks and bonds, mutual funds, things of that nature, and help people build wealth and help me build wealth as well. So, you know, I am a master of many trades in my mind. And why not master one more thing that will be beneficial to me and others as well. This is smelling so good, you guys. I wish you could get a whiff of this masterpiece that we are making here on this fine Sunday evening. I'm looking for my spoon. I found it. Here it is. And it's starting to bubble a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply stir this in here. Hopefully I can do this so you guys can kind of see what's going on there without spilling it. It's not really working too well, but it looks good and it smells good. You'll just have to take my word for it. And I'm gonna go ahead and get a lid, throw that on there, reduce the heat so we can get a slow, great simmer so all those flavors can go ahead and merge together beautifully. And you guys, I don't know if you guys do this or not. My recommendation, even though you wash your dishes, they sit in your cabinets for a day or two, maybe longer, depending on how often you use those particular dishes. Rinse off your stuff, get off any germs, mostly dust, so it's clean, so it's not like getting in your food. And we cover that. I am going to go ahead and put that between 3 and 4 so we can get a slow simmer there. I'm also going to go ahead and swivel this like that a little. And I'm going to go ahead and I have asparagus here. I love asparagus, but I don't buy it that often because I feel that it's ridiculously priced. It was on sale today, believe it or not, at Safeway for only 99 cents a pound. So I'm like, okay, I was actually going to get like 2 or 3 of them. And I'm like, really? I'm not going to eat that much asparagus in such a short period of time. It would go bad. So I left some for the people that actually will eat all of it. And I got 1 bundle, which should be sufficient because I'm going to cut these in thirds. Actually, I'm gonna cut them in half. So I don't, thirds is a little too much. So what I particularly like to do, some people don't do it. I like to cut off the bottom, the bottom parts of it, just because they're hard sometimes there. You really don't know how long they've been sitting there. And they have them sitting in water to keep them fresh in the grocery store. So I like to cut off the bottom tips of these, bottom ends. So my sink is clean. So the other thing, if you are going to wash food, meat, what have you in your sink, wash your sink out. You don't want to have, food where you wash your dirty dishes and then get and wash the sink out. Or if you have chicken or any kind of meat and then you're washing vegetables after it, you probably don't want to do that. Cross-contamination of food, not good. You can get sick. Hello, Chris. How are you doing, buddy? How are you liking Arizona thus far? Thank you, Angie. I'm looking good on this slide. Thank you. I tried to. That was my goal, was to throw a little style in there, a little fashion sense. Call me Chef GQ. Chef GQ is my name, and cooking is my game. So just for the sake of not cutting these one at a time, like some people will cut them one at a time, all you do is get them all level at the bottom and carefully go ahead and cut the bottom part off of the asparagus stalks. And I have a little bag over there so I don't have to keep going into my laundry / trash area. Let's throw these in here. Yes, Chef GQ. There you go. So what I'm going to do with the asparagus after I get these cut and washed is I'm going to cut them in half, like I said before, and then I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle them with oil, add a little butter on it, salt and pepper, and so we can get these nice and seasoned. Then I'm going to throw them in the oven with the onions and peppers. The peppers that I have nicely julienne. The onions that I have julienne. And I'm going to roast all of that together with the asparagus. So I'm going to go ahead and finish these other ones here. And I think I'm going to trademark myself as Chef GQ. That's going to be my name, and yeah. So maybe I'll make a game out of that. Every time I cook, I'm going to cook something different, of course, and have a different nice outfit. Maybe I will base that particular outfit on what is in at the moment to give people ideas of what to wear. Hey, Aunt Sandra. Welcome back. Thank you for coming back. All right. So how am I doing, you guys, as far as keeping dialogue going? This is really hard, and this is the first time I've ever done this. So, like, trying to keep people engaged while you're cooking and having energy and letting people know how the food is working and stuff and turning out. Because they say that on, I don't know if you guys ever watch Food Star on Food Network. But they were like, the main thing that you have to do is have energy and let people know how great the food is through your words, because they can't, one, taste it nor smell it. So they have to take your energy and your word for it. So the asparagus is nicely cleaned. It is chopped at the ends, the tips, the bottoms. I've taken those off. I'm going to check on our Marasala. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to just lift this up a little bit so you guys can see that. Look at that. That is fantastic. Delicious, delicious, delicious. So, I'm gonna go ahead and throw the lid back on there. I had it on between 3 and 4. I'm going to turn it down to 2. One of my secrets in cooking, especially when I have the time to cook stuff, I like to cook it on the lowest temperature I can get away with without it taking an eternity, because what I have found is that the flavors simply come out a lot better. That is one of the secrets of my cooking. That is why it's so good, because the love is in the time that you put in to those dishes. So yeah, that looks delicious. I can't wait to taste it. I'm sorry I can't share it with you guys. But I will, however, at the end, either tonight or by tomorrow, I will post the recipe on my blog, therealoptimist.com. Therealoptimist.com is my blog. You can visit it and read any of my blogs and posts. So while I'm waiting, I will let you guys know about the blog, what the blog is about, rather. So my blog is about food, recipes, style for the guys, fashion for the ladies, interior design. So pretty much all of the things that I am interested in, all the things that I have always been fascinated with as a child. I am putting my expertise, what I love, onto a website. I put a lot of time and effort into it, you guys. I go to work. I work 4/10, so I do my 40 hours in 4 days versus the normal 5 that everybody else does it. And pretty much between that and going to sleep, I'm working on my blog, or I'm thinking of different ideas and things like that. And my next thing right now is finding out how to monetize my blog. So if you guys want to support me, there will be things on there that I have some different affiliation programs going on. So accompanied with the posts that I make, I will be making recommendations on where to buy certain things for the best prices. And then at some point, I do plan on having a store where people can buy the Real Optimist merchandise or any other things that come along in that time. So stay tuned for that. So once again, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, which I'm really not focused on Twitter like that. Like, you got to be like Kim Kardashian or somebody to matter on Twitter. But I am on Instagram. I am on Facebook, of course, The Real Optimist blog, on any of those, as well as Pinterest. So if you guys need any kind of blog, board ideas or anything that you're trying to accomplish, it'll either be here on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or my Pinterest. Had pretty good following last month. I had about 100, or actually about 1.2 thousand. So 1,200 people visited my Pinterest last month, which I'm really, really excited about. And yes, you, Aunt Sandra, and Aunt LaShara, and Monique can all come to my place to have dinner tonight. I will ship it to you through the freezer trucks. Overnight it through FedEx. They'll fly it there. Fly it. Trucks take too long. So yes. So yes, I mean, it's been a journey, you guys. I really am liking my blog. I've learned a lot just by doing that, as well as working at GoDaddy. It's a lot of time that is spent in building that stuff. It's a lot of time in content time. I'm becoming more and more proficient with Photoshop because you have to have, visuals to keep people interested in your blog. And I actually did read that, where it's like, a good way to get rid of your readers is to not have photos to accompany your post. So it's like, yes, I don't want to read the Reader's Digest because they have no pictures in there. Unless you have a really good imagination. Some people do have a good imagination, so therefore you do not need to have pictures. But the majority of us want to have pictures even if we can imagine things. It's like, okay, so... Because you might have this certain image of the person and then they come out with a movie or something. And it's like, that's not how I imagine that person to look. So put some pictures in there. All right, so let me check. So what are we going to work on next? I am actually going to go ahead and turn the oven on and preheat it so we can get those nice asparagus in there with the julienne onions, and peppers. So those kind of have dried off. The reason I let the asparagus kind of dry off because they are kind of slippery when wet, and we want no accidents here. I am not trying to chop off my finger. I would like to keep my hands intact because I don't know how long I'm going to need them. I want them my whole life, so we're just going to do things safely here. So wham, there you go. So we have those chopped in half. Actually, I'm going to get my strainer so I can go ahead and just throw the asparagus in there, and the excess water will just go ahead and come off by itself. There we go. So let's go ahead and get these chopped in half. Hello, Lysandra. How you doing, cousin? Grab you a glass of wine and take notes as your cousin, the GQ chef, takes over the kitchen. So I'm just going to rinse these off again, just to make sure we get nice, clean, great tasting vegetables. All right, so we're gonna let those drain. I also have the chicken here, which I've kind of just been letting the season marinate. These are really, really big breasts of chicken. They were also on sale at Safeway for $1.67 a pound, which is unfreaking believable. Because they're normally $6.99 a pound. So these like 3 pieces of chicken on a normal day would have cost me about $25, and I think I paid like $5.39. So everybody says I'm bougie. I know how to shop. I can look like $1 million, but I know how to do it on a budget. Just saying. Smart shopping, looking at different things. Part of the way I did it, Safeway has 2 different programs. Ah, nice. Salute. Cheers. Cheers, cuzzo. Cheers, cheers, cheers. But, so Safeway and Albertsons, actually, there's a gang of different grocery stores, but they have a awards program on top of another awards program. So the one for Safeway is called Just You. So for instance, the normal cost for the eggs that I bought today were normally like $1.99. With the discount for the Just You program, the coupon, which you actually have to upload the digital coupons to get the discount, was only 99 cents. So I saved $1 per on those, which was simply freaking amazing. I also, what else did I get? Oh, I got chocolate. I've been on this sweet tooth binge of eating candy. So I got Snickers, Kit Kats, and a whole bunch of other candy. Normally $2 or $3 a piece, but with that Just You coupon, digital coupon that I downloaded, it was only 99 cents. So I think like my total ticket would have came to about $96 or $97, and I only spent $67 with the coupons. So that saved me $30. So yes. So those are draining. I'm actually going to go ahead and grab the pan that I'm going to roast the vegetables. I don't know if I want to use this pan or not because I think it's a little bit too small. And then I'm thinking that I might just do the chicken marsala on the stove, even though I said I was going to bake it. I think I'm going to do the vegetables in this big pan right here. I use this thing a lot. I like it. It also has this little fancy shelf thing so I don't burn stuff. And so stuff drizzles down so you get all the oil down there. So it just makes things a lot juicier. Or you can put things on top of that, put some water in, and then you're steaming things, and then you have a foil on it. So it's kind of like a convection of steam going on there. So with no further ado, I'm going to go ahead and we are going to nicely place the asparagus in the pan. I'm going to then drizzle this with oil, cooking oil. I'm going to sprinkle it with salt, pepper, and some other things. Hey, Aunt Bev, what did you do for your birthday? Did you have a good birthday? And Aunt Sandra, because your birthday was not that long ago either. Did you ladies enjoy? Do anything fun, exciting? Did you just relax? Alright. Yeah, this was definitely the pen I needed to use. The other pen I was going to, this all would not have fit in that. So, this was actually a really, really good idea. So there we go. Put all these down here. So if you guys want to see me cook anything in particular, let me know. I will take on a challenge. It can be something wild. I will make it. I will post it. And I will then put the recipe up so you can make it yourself and taste it since you challenged me to make it. And I kind of have the sniffles, you guys. I don't know what's going on. I've had them for like a week or two, and I'm like, okay, if I'm going to get sick, I probably would have already been sick already. But yeah, these sniffles are getting on my nerves. All right. So these are here. Just going to move that over. I'm going to go ahead and grab some oil. Grab some oil. I'm going to use olive oil. I just feel olive oil gives things more flavor. And as we all know, Italians are some of the best cooks in the world, so that is why olive oil is recommended, because it has flavor. It enhances flavor, rather. So I'm just going to put some salt and pepper, just sprinkle that over evenly. We're going to get some pepper. Evenly sprinkle that on there. So the way I'm going to do this, I'm actually going to go ahead and put the peppers in with the asparagus first. I'm going to wait to put the onions in because the onions are going to cook a lot faster anyway, and I don't want them to be all burnt at the end. The asparagus and the peppers are thicker, so therefore they're going to take a little bit more time to cook. And the reason I'm not really going to worry about sprinkling oil on the peppers is because I've already done that on the asparagus, and the peppers are full of water, so they're not going to dry out as quickly. And then since I'm roasting this, I'm not going to cover anything up. I will, however, go ahead and season just a little tad more here. It's a little bit more salt. And tiny bit more pepper. And then we are also going to sprinkle some garlic on there. I like to use a lot of garlic because I was told that garlic actually keeps the doctor away. And yeah, it's good for preventing cancer and things of that nature. So the oven probably is preheated enough here. I don't see the light anymore. So we're gonna go ahead and put those in for about 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And they should be ready. I'm ready for this chicken too. That's gonna take forever to do. So what I'm gonna do with the chicken, I'm actually gonna go ahead and shift gears on the chicken masala. I'm going to move that over. I'm going to get my beast of a pan here that the handle broke off, but it's still a big pan, so it still works, so I don't really need the handle because I have oven mitts. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this back up to 8 just to get that hot. And I will throw butter in. I'm going to pan sear the chicken first. The reason I like to pan sear chicken is because, once again, it's all about flavor. So one of the biggest things that people miss in cooking is the technique. Different techniques get you different flavors and it's richer. That's why you have people that can cook the same dish and it tastes completely different. It's all about technique and how you do the things that you do to make things taste better. It is a natural antibiotic, actually. That is probably why it helps to fight against cancer and stuff like that. So What is wine? Is wine an antibiotic? Thank you, Angie. I am proud that you are proud of me, and I know that my dad is as well. Oh my God, you guys, my sinuses are killing me right now, but I'm trying to smile through the pain because this is ridiculous. Oh my God. What can we do while we're waiting? So I keep asking this, but did you guys cook anything today? Go to Popeye's Chicken, order out some Grubhub, anything like that? Any plans tonight? Anybody that doesn't have to work tomorrow? No? Hey Shannon, how you doing? Kazoo. I've had quite a few people here. Jojo, what kind of wine are you and the Kai drinking? And I didn't get an invite. I better have an invite when I come back. Oh yeah, and then later on this week, I'm going to be making some jambalaya. So Chris, if you want to come over, let me know ahead of time. I am off Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday. So I probably will be making it on Saturday. I'm going to be making jambalaya with chicken, sausage, and shrimp. Yeah, it's gonna be good. So the pan is warming up, you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to put in 2 tablespoons of butter. All right, 2 tablespoons of butter, please. And more mine are like probably 2.5 because I overdo it. That's more like probably 2 or 3 tablespoons of butter. But who cares? I have fat to gain. I am skinny as a twig. So yeah, I can afford to gain a little weight. Oh, you're not. When are you moving out? Okay, that's not too far. What, do you know what side of town you're moving to yet? Oh, I'm sure, and I didn't get an invite. And you talking about, are you and Aunt Sandra invited? And I didn't get any collard greens or macaroni and cheese, even though those are 2 of my favorite things. And your fried chicken. Yes, my Aunt LaShera, you guys, she makes some bomb fried chicken. Some bomb fried chicken. It's been years since I've had some, but I remember how it tastes. And it is delicious. So while we're waiting, I'm gonna go ahead and just go ahead and wash this strainer real quick. Because as I said, you clean as you go, for sure, because if you don't, you're gonna have 1,000,001 dishes to clean. Once you're finished, I put my dishes in the dishwasher. I'll hand wash everything. I just let it dry. I run this dishwasher when I have to, and I try not to use the dishwasher because if I do, I will let things back up so much until the last dish is dirty, and then I'll be complaining that I had to spend an hour and a half washing dishes. So I just try to do it as I go. So everything is in the rack. It's about dry, so I'm going to take that out, and that kind of helps me monitor my dish load. So, all right. So that is looking delicious. Well, it's not looking delicious, nothing's in there. The butter's melting, so I guess the butter melting gets delicious. So we are going to go ahead and put the chicken in here so that we can pan sear this. We're going to pan sear each side anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes. We want it to be golden brown on bottom and top, and then afterwards we put in masala sauce. I will be right back. I had to grab my mitt so that I can go ahead and make sure this butter is even. We don't want any scorched or burnt meat. Thank you, Aunt Flashera. So, the family that's saying that you're proud of me, what are you most proud of me on? I would love to know exactly what you're proud of me about. And yes, that it helps one to stay motivated when others are in your corner being your cheerleader. It's good to be your own cheerleader, but it's good to have affirmation from others that you are doing a good job. So that means a lot. So as you can see, I am sticking to my word. I am cleaning as I go because I have to work tomorrow like many of you do. So I am not going to be sitting up here with the notifications. Because in all honesty, if I let dishes sit and I have to work, they're probably not going to get done until the next time I'm off. Hence another benefit of me going ahead and cleaning as I go, because at the end of the day, who wants to come home to a dirty place, especially after a long day of work, you know? And I have not taste tested anything, so I'm going to cheat a little bit here to see how the Marasala sauce is tasting, and if I deem it necessary, I will be adding additional things in there. Thank you, Aunt Flashera. Thank you. God bless me with them all. So it's not me. I'm starting to utilize what He gave me. So we have that there. The sauce. Oh my God, the sauce is smelling even more amazing every time I lift that up. So. Oh my God. Oh my God. Amazing. It's buttery, it's creamy. That's what I said, you guys. I don't know if you know it. Any dish that you make, especially like brown sauces, coconut milk, it adds some level of creaminess. There we go. Took me a while to get that word, but it adds a certain level of creaminess to your dish, and it just enhances the flavor. Like, it's just awesome. So good. All right, Angie, I love you. You take care, and I'm sorry I didn't get to see you when I was in Florida. I will see you the next time I'm there, because I will be moving there for a while. So we will see. I will let everybody know when it's final, or I might just pop up. I'm not telling anybody anything. You might just see me. So it depends on how I feel. So yeah. You don't let the left hand know what the right hand is doing type of situation. Because if things don't work out as planned in time, that's one thing I've learned, is announcing things prematurely, as you guys know. Just try to remain humble and wait for things to happen, and once they happen, announce things. So that's definitely one thing. I think it's not that I've ever really been a boastful person. I just get overly excited about things, and just have the need and the urge to share it. So I just really have to go ahead and tell people, like, hey, I got this going on, or I'm trying to do this, instead of, hey, you guys, I've done this and these are the results. So I'm just going to wait for things, the results. Kind of like when I posted on Friday. Yes, Friday. I was like, I'm working on a thing. Shh, don't tell anybody. I didn't want anybody to know what it was, because I didn't know how long it was going to take me to get up, but I ended up finishing it a couple hours later. So I went ahead and posted my personal site, which is basically just me as a person and a professional in about 5 or 6 pages. It's curtisoross.com. That is for my resume, some of my professional skills, as far as I really haven't put anything on there for cooking outside of just some dishes I've made. And then my actual resume, so my professional experience, both in the wireless industry as a store manager, my experience now at GoDaddy as an IT specialist. So that's exactly what I do. If you guys don't know, I work at GoDaddy. I am an email specialist. I am level 2. So when your email does not work and you're mad with GoDaddy, I'm probably the person you gotta call to talk to fix things. I also help people make rules and stuff for their organizations, disable devices, and a lot of fancy things that you can do on the back end with Microsoft Office 365. So great product. I use it for everything I personally have. So yes, I am. That sauce is great, you guys. I thought I was gonna have to put some stuff in it. I don't need to touch it. Yeah, that turned out really, really well. So anybody work tomorrow? Anybody off tomorrow? Most people work tomorrow, I'm pretty sure. Any plans for St. Patty's Day, which I believe is next the 15th is Friday, so that would be it's Tuesday, Saturday, so Monday. Cuzzo, you never answered my question. What are you and the Kai drinking? And salud. You say you're drinking red wine, but you never mentioned what kind of red wine. So the chicken, I think that's been about 3 or 5 minutes. Closer to 5, I'm sure. It is not quite browned. So what we will do, so we get that brown, we will turn up the temperature just a tad. That's probably why it's not brown yet, because I didn't have the temperature up enough. I had the temperature on 3. I turned it up to 5. Because my stove cooks pretty fast, especially on 5. Things can burn if I'm not paying attention to it. So it can be quite ridiculous. So the other thing that I said I was making was rice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the rice ready. I don't know about you guys, but I rinse my rice off. I find that it makes the rice less starchy and sticky, and just better textured rice, honestly. So I'm gonna do white rice. I have brown rice back there too. Brown rice takes forever, so I'm going to just make some white rice, which I always run out of rice because I make it so much. I think I was Asian in a previous life, so I love rice. I'm gonna cook about half of that was in here. And to get your rice nice and clean, you probably have to rinse it off about 4 to 5 times. You know your rice is nice and clean when it goes from that cloudy whiteness in there to being essentially clear. That's what I'm saying, John. Rice goes with pretty much anything. It's a good filler. It's a good filler, and it's not all that expensive. And I think that's why Asians have it in everything. I think in the Asian culture, especially like China and Japan, rice is in every meal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And not to mention desserts. There's also rice desserts. There's rice wines. And it's something that we as Homo sapiens have learned to crop for centuries. That's why it's so inexpensive. I think rice is like actually one of the main things. When I started grocery shopping when I was 18, that's actually one of the only things that's remained consistent in the pricing, because it really costs absolutely nothing to grow rice. Yellow rice is my favorite. I love yellow rice. I could actually eat that with most things. I won't say everything, because there are some different foods that yellow rice just would not go with. Hey Musette, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Grab a glass of wine. I am making chicken marsala. I have made the sauce from scratch. It is actually back there simmering right now. I am pan searing some chicken breast. I am washing my rice. I do not like it cloudy. And oh yes, I am about to check the asparagus and peppers in there that I am roasting. I did sprinkle the garlic on there, but I also want to go ahead and actually put some fresh minced garlic on there. As you guys have seen, I put garlic in almost everything. You can't hear me? Can everybody hear me? Did my sound go out? If my sound went out, let me know. Let's see here. No, that's fine. Let's see. One second, you guys. Anyone else? All right. Okay, you can hear. Okay. Musette, I think you need to exit out and then come back. Okay, no lost audio. Thank you, Kozo. I appreciate it. Musette, your speaker must be malfunctioning, or your Wi-Fi signal or mobile data signal may be a little weak. This is some cloudy rice. I've like rinsed this rice off like 3 or 4 times, 5 times, and it still is cloudy. I don't understand this. This is ridiculous. So Cuzzo, when I come back, you want to start a restaurant? I was talking to Zach about that today, actually. I think we should get like a family action thing going on there with a family restaurant or some food truck or something. That's what I'm saying, man. I'm on the goals and more goals. Okay, let me check this chicken now. It still is not brown enough yet, so I'm gonna turn it up just a tad. The other secret I have too, like if you guys ever are cooking multiple things to stay on track, use your nose. Because normally your nose will let you know when something is ready. When it is not ready, you really don't smell it. Like when it starts to smell a certain level of something, you know it's coming close to either being done or it is ready. Oh yeah, I know you can cook, John. Although I haven't had you cooking in forever. But I probably taught you how to cook anyway, right? Man, this rice is taking forever. Oh, finally! It's kind of clear. I'll probably have to like rinse this rice off like 10 more times. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. It is finally getting dark outside here, you guys. Like it's been daylight outside this entire time. Up until right now, it's a little bit light outside. It's like a dark blue, so yeah. The sun is gone for the day. You market well or you do marketing well? Or is it a little bit of both? Let me wash my hands. I just got to tie my shoe because it came undone. Let's see here. Oh man. I really thought that I was going to have to put more seasoning or whatever in the masala sauce. It needs nothing. Like when I say nothing, it needs an ounce of nothing else. It is perfection, if perfection ever existed. Okay. So yeah, that needs nothing else. We are going to go ahead and check. is steaming in there. It is not quite ready for the roasted vegetables, the asparagus and green peppers. It's not quite ready. What else? I also bought these biscuits from I forget where I got them from, but the Red Lobster biscuits. And I haven't been able to make them because I keep forgetting to get shredded cheese every time I go. So yeah, you know, the little Red Lobster biscuits, they're so delicious. But I can't make them. The box is open, but the package is not, of course. It's good. I just need to get some shredded cheese so that I can finally make those. I actually probably am going to go ahead and get some because I think that those will go actually really, really well with the jambalaya I'm going to make later on this week. Are they just as good as when you get them from Red Lobster, Cuzzo? Because I've never had them. I'm like, I love them in Red Lobster, so they have to be delicious. And my main thing is like, and I don't know if you guys ever pay attention to it, but it seems like pans like to cook differently in different sections of the pan because I guess it's closer to the heat. That's why I really want an induction stove because that way everything just cooks evenly. You don't have to keep moving everything around to make sure nothing burns or everything browns evenly. That's why you guys see me moving everything around here and there every few minutes. But yes. And it is 7:55, so thank you for watching on the East Coast. It is almost 10 o'clock for you guys, so thank you. I feel special. There we go. Another couple minutes in this shit. Yeah. We're starting to get some browning there. Perfect. I'm actually going to throw a little bit more butter in there just to make sure this does not burn. And then these are some big pieces of chicken, so it's going to take a while for them to cook. That's why I'm going to also throw the Marasala sauce on top of it. I'm going to cover it so everything goes ahead and simmers beautifully. I think the next time I do this, I'm going to have things a little bit more further along. So it's more of just a tutorial of what I actually did versus going through every single step. Although I didn't go through all the steps because I actually did do some prepping, or most of the prepping, before I actually started the video. Hello, Deshaun. How you doing, sir? I am making chicken marsala with asparagus, roasted asparagus with red green peppers, onions, and I'm also going to make white rice. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I forgot to get biscuits, so I will just do some kind of some hood garlic toast, you know. I'm gonna do it the hood way. I'm gonna take the bread, I'm gonna spread some butter on it, I'm gonna sprinkle some garlic on it, and that's homemade ghetto garlic toast. How you doing? There we go. We're getting that pan seared finally. I am flipping over to the other side. Show him the dark side. I am your father. Salud. So, Mr. Willie, did you cook? Grubhub, Postmates, Go Gator. I can't think of the other ones. I actually do, Chris. I think that using olive oil and butter, or any oil and butter together, actually enhances the flavor of any dish that you are making. Yeah, and that's pretty much what it is, for a higher smoke point, yeah. And not to burn, yes. So it's like, a lot of people do that, especially with pork chops. I don't know if you ever watched anything on Food Network or anything like that. You will see a lot of professional cooks or chefs using butter and grease to make it not burn. And like you said, a higher smoke point. So yes, that is exactly what it is for. I just don't do it that often just because I keep an eye out on things and I move things around so it doesn't happen. But it's like if you're not that attentive to things, then that is definitely the way that you want to do it. So I think I might make a date of this thing. If you guys would like that, I will set a time and a date to go live every, well, since my schedule changed, I guess it will be every Saturday now. I definitely would do it a little bit earlier just because of the time difference, because the East Coast is 2 hours later for you guys. So I might start a little bit earlier in the day and kind of pre-post things of what I'm going to be doing and the times. So stay posted for that. I used to watch Food Network like religion, honestly, especially in high school. For me personally, it was either I was watching music videos on MTV or BET, or I was watching Food Network. Like that was my life. That was, if I wasn't spending 10 hours a day playing video games on the weekends. Which John, you know about. Because you used to be right there with me, and that's all we did, especially in the summertime. We'll be up to like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, like sleep for like 2 or 3 hours, and be right back up playing video games again for another 10, 12, 13 hours, or however long we were playing games.
Can I play Dark Cloud?
Actually, I'm gonna need to wash this off. I'm like all over the place, you guys. I'm all over the place. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the color in that. So what I'm gonna do once that's done, after it's roasted properly. Hey, Anna Banana, I miss you, lady. Once I get it roasted appropriately, I will be tossing it with some butter and taste testing just to see if it needs any more seasoning for the roasted vegetables, the asparagus. With the onions and peppers. I'm also going to throw a little bit more butter in there because I forgot, silly me, to get more oil while I was at the grocery store today. So I'm having to use butter a little bit more than I normally would, but it will just have to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to throw on some water for the rice. So let's go ahead and get that started here. I'm going to rinse out my pot. And I don't know if you know the secret to perfect rice. The secret to perfect rice, every single time, is to have the water about 1 inch above the rice. So you let the rice come to a full boil, and then depending on your stove, you turn it down to low heat. So you're going to turn it down to 2 or 4 or 5 depending on your stove, because some stoves medium heat, in the middle really isn't medium, it's actually like high medium or mid high as we call it. So I'm going to throw the rice in here. It's pretty wet because I have washed it several times to get rid of any additional particles that I don't want in my body. And I'm going to put the water in here. As I said, the water I'm going, and I like to put hot water in. Some people do cold water. I like the water to boil as soon as possible. So the secret and trick to that is to simply have the water hot to begin with. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to turn that on. I'm going to put that aside just so it cooks evenly. Once it's hot, then I'll put it on there. So it's not warming up as we cook. Hey, Miss Alvarado. Hola, ¿cómo está? Bien? Me? I am good. Hello, Mr. Lee. How are you doing? Salud. I am making chicken marsala. I have one viewer left. Can anyone hear me? Can you still hear me, Chris? I think you're like my only viewer. If not, I will drop the video and I will come back later. I don't know what's going on. Can anybody hear me? Did my sound go away? I'm going to just type this here. Okay. What's up, Oliver? How you doing, sir? Oliver, you should go catch a fish, ship it to me, and I'll cook it. And I'll let you know how it came out. I was just wondering because I had a lot of viewers drop off. I'm like, what's going on? My sound, because I have music playing in the background, but I don't think it's loud enough where Facebook is going to disrupt my video. But Oliver, I actually will be visiting Florida soon. Like in the next month or two. I should be there. Again. But this time for something good, because the last two times I have visited Florida have not been for the best of things. Oh, you can. That was my intention. I kind of wanted it to be like a mellow type thing with the jazz playing in the background. Actually, Oliver, yes, Chef Curtis in the kitchen, but I am Chef GQ. Hence the giddy up, I guess. But just to catch you up on things, Oliver, I'm making chicken marsala with roasted asparagus, peppers, onions, and I am making rice on the side. And the marsala sauce is actually just slowly sitting here simmering. Man, it came out really, really good. I thought I was gonna have to put some more stuff in it. I don't have to touch it. And it smells amazing. And then I am checking the chicken here. That side is pan-seared very, very well. So I'm going to grab this here so I can show you guys. That is what you want your pan-seared chicken to look like. I could go a little bit darker there. It's actually the camera's just not picking it up right. But you want it pan-seared. Golden brown. It enhances and kicks up the flavor a notch. Like Emeril Lagasse used to say, I miss watching Emeril Lagasse. All right, so what else do we have here? So I am going to go ahead now. I'm going to put the rice on. I'm going to throw in another tablespoon or so of butter in there. I'm going to throw some salt in there. As I said, we wait for the rice to get up to a full boil. Then we go ahead and put it down to the appropriate low temperature, mid temperature, depending on your stove. So my stove, for example, 4 or 5 things are going to burn on medium. So I actually have to turn it down to like 3, between 3 and 4. If I turn it down to like 3, 2.5, it's just, it's too low. But 5 on my stove, definitely not medium. All right, and then, since my hands are wet, I'm just going to eyeball the salt. That should be enough. That's about 2 or 3 pinches. Yes, layers of flavor. So Honestly, I think that like when people say, oh, Mexican food or Indian food is so delicious. Hey, niece, what's up? I love you. I was hoping you got on here. I miss you. I love you. But the layers, that's why Indian food is so delicious. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever had Indian food. If you haven't, I don't know what you're doing with your life, honestly. Find an Indian restaurant. If you're close to New York, of course, you need to go to Astoria, anytime, anywhere in Midtown, any food carts. Great, great, great Indian food. I need something to drink. Oh my goodness. So, yeah, something just like hit me in my throat. So my eyes are starting to water. But hey, what's up, niece? I love you. How was your day? You cooking? Your mom cooking? Anybody cooking? Did you guys already eat? You fasting? Oh my God, my eye is. I'm cooking chicken marsala. Your dad is funny. He goofy. He's talking about, oh, you cooking that culinary stuff. I'm like, you already know I went to school for culinary arts, so of course. But chicken marsala, rice, and vegetables. 1 second, you guys. I will be right back. I need water. Oh God. Well, this is sparkling water. If you guys can find this, it's really good. This is from Safeway. My eyes. Oh my God. But it's mango pineapple, so it's actually not soda. It's a lot better than soda. It's a lot healthier than soda. It does not have as many calories or the sugar. So for instance, as you can see, there are 360 milliliters here, so 12 ounces. There's 106 milligrams of potassium. And there's 0 fat, 0 sodium, 0 carbs. There's no protein. You don't get protein from this. So it contains no juice. So it's actually really, really healthy. So it really does absolutely nothing for you. Just like real water. I will be right back, you guys. I am going to go blow my nose. Pardon me. I'll be back. I am back. I'm going to wash my hands now. Best stuff ever too, you guys. Healthy soap by Purell. It is awesome. It is healthy. It actually is scientifically made to where it doesn't kill the bacteria on your hands. That is good. It kills the bad bacteria, because if you don't have some type of bacteria in your hands, that's why you get sick. That's why your hands kind of dry out. Because you have no good bacteria, and we actually need bacteria on our hands for reasons. All right. So the chicken is actually looking really good. They're not cooking as evenly as I want them to, but we're just going to keep an eye on those until they are ready. I am also going to go ahead and check the asparagus and peppers again. They are starting to get roasted here. And actually, when you're roasting vegetables, you actually can smell it too. It's just like I don't want to say a burnt smell, but it has a certain aroma to it that's outside of what you normally would smell when you're like steaming the vegetable. So I'm going to cheat. I actually have the minced garlic in here. The other garlic I used earlier was actually fresh that I minced up. I just didn't want to use a whole lot of it. So I'm going to take a tablespoon or two of the minced garlic here. Sprinkle that over the vegetables there. And as I said earlier, I wanted to wait to put the onions in, because if I would have put the onions in with the asparagus and the peppers, it just would have dried out the onions. So I did not want to do that too prematurely. So now I'm going to put the onions on here. As another precaution, I'm going to sprinkle the remainder of this little bit of olive oil I have left on there just to make sure we don't get any burning. I'm also going to turn the temperature down just a bit on the stove, the oven. Throw that back in there. And another like 5 or 10 minutes, those should be done. Garlic, I am finished with the garlic. And for the sake of time, like I said, you guys, when you're cooking, and I cannot say this enough, just clean as you go. Because honestly, if I would have waited to the end to do this, outside of the hour or two that I'm spending cooking, I would have now had to dedicate another 30 minutes to another hour washing dishes, either before or after I ate, and more than likely I would do it before I eat, because once I eat, I'm not going to want to do anything, to be completely honest. So it's just best to do it as you go. Oh my God. So I'm gonna go ahead and stir this Marasala, even though I have it's on 2, so it's really not doing too much.
Hello there, sir.
Oh, I'm still on. So there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw this on there. And then the reason I put the onion and garlic in earlier is because honestly it's going to reduce anyway. So it's not going to be a whole lot of it left within the food itself. So it's just going to add additional flavor to it. So everything just turns out and tastes absolutely amazing. I'm just gonna let that simmer for a little bit before I cover it. Welcome back, Cruz. All right, you have a great evening, Chris. I'll see you later. John, did you guys cook tonight or anything, or you went out? Like, you guys should really smell this. It came out really good. So all I have to do now, I'm just waiting for the rice to boil. And I'm gonna let the chicken and everything simmer for about an hour or so, maybe 30 minutes, not even an hour. And then I'll cover it, and that will be that. So I don't think I'm gonna wait for that part because it's gonna be a while. So I'm gonna wish you guys adieu. Have a great night. I will be doing this again next week. As I said, more than likely it will be on Saturday. So have a great evening. Love you guys. See you later and have a great night. Bye-bye.